Hi, my name is Dani Gasparini, and welcome to this segment of Penn Voice. I am joined today by Rouslana Yaroslavsky, who is the Executive Director of the Redwood City Library Foundation. Rouslana, thanks for joining me.
Thank you for inviting us.
Some folks might have seen a previous episode or a segment that we've done on the Redwood City Library Foundation, and if they hadn't, we encourage everyone to go on our website and look at it. But we're going to dive right into a little bit about the programming. So tell our viewers very quickly, what's the history of the Redwood City Library Foundation, and then we're going to dive right into programs.
Library Foundation was founded in 1998, so almost 19 years ago, by former Redwood City Mayor Georgie LaBerge and Sandra Cooperman. And Library Foundation raised over $3 million to support our libraries. Library Foundation started traveling story times for kids, raised funds for Redwood Shores Library, over $850,000 to open Redwood Shores Library. Library Foundation funded all 4 early childhood learning centers in our libraries and opened Baby Bay for our youngest patrons last year in downtown library. So we have a lot of programs that we supported, and we're looking forward to the next 19 years.
Well, I know the Foundation's main charge is to raise money so that you can support the libraries in our community in their programming, but I think the Redwood City Library Foundation has always been a very active force in developing partnerships with libraries, not only locally, but countywide and regionally, and really setting a great tone for what libraries can be and how they can be this community hub, as you spoke about before. But there's so much from a program standpoint happening that's very unique and interesting. Can you tell our viewers a little bit about some of the things that you're doing?
And we spoke last time about community Wi-Fi project. We're raising money to provide hotspots, and those are small devices that can be connected to the internet, and educational laptops to kids in Fair Oaks and downtown libraries, so they can get to the library and take it home, and they can complete their homework and research projects for school, and they don't need to wait for family members who are using probably one computer that they have to share with other family members or even with other families. This is one of the projects that we're doing, and 30% of families in Fair Oaks do not have reliable internet access.
So they get to bring that internet home with them, if you
that is correct,
by checking it out at the library.
That is correct. The second project we're working on is a Redwood Shores Library Interpretive Center. It was opened in 2008, so again, long time ago, and it needs to be upgraded and updated. We need to replace food interactive, bird food interactive. We need to replace computers. We need to create new interactive games for kids so they can learn about environment and how environment and their homes interact, and wildlife, and Bay Area wetlands.
It's interesting, we did a program on climate change and sea level rise, which is going to be at the forefront of all of this education for young folks.
Absolutely. So this is our next fundraising effort, and we're looking into raising funds for Interpretive Center during 2017. Career Online High School in the Library is a very special program. It is 18 months program which provides a career certificate and high school diploma for people who are going through this program. And this program addresses needs not only of people who had to drop out of high school for whatever reasons, but also people who came to this country and could not bring their high school diploma, but yet want to move on and go into college and get college degree, or even get a business license. You need to provide high school diploma.
So is this in partnership with the high school districts?
This is in partnership with California Library.
Oh, wonderful.
So what we did, we matched a grant that we received from California State Library, so we can start the first group. The first group served 12 people, and we're raising funds for the second group.
Wonderful.
So we're looking forward to the first graduation, and hopefully we will hear a lot of wonderful stories from people whom we helped.
We probably could do a whole segment on just this one particular program. knowing the need in our communities for this kind of graduation program and this supplemental program. But you've got more programs that you want to make sure that people are understanding and aware of.
That's true. Our exciting program is Writing Cats and Dogs. This is a 6-week program for kids between 8 and 12 years old. Mainly we're serving kids from families whose English is a second language, and they could be a little bit shy about creative writing and expressing themselves. So library provides this no-pressure, low-key environment for them. This is a program when we partnered with Pets in Need.
Oh, wonderful.
Pets in Need shelter is providing profiles of homeless animals, and they're actually bringing homeless animals so kids can interact with them.
Wonderful. And they're doing this at the library?
They're doing it at the library. They're creating stories about homeless animals, and they illustrate those stories.
And they get to make them up, so they get to decide
Absolutely.
where this cat came from and who he is or she and what their story was and what their life is going to be.
Yes. And we're publishing those stories.
Wonderful.
And those books are available in all 4 libraries for checkout.
Oh, my goodness.
And the second wonderful step from this program, they're bringing their friends and siblings to show how to use library catalog. Because now, since they're young published authors, they can find their first and last name in the library's catalogs.
Right.
So they're teaching their siblings and their friends how to use library catalog and find their names.
And they're published. How wonderful.
And they're published.
Now, you're also, the library is also involved in a STEM program, which has been given a lot of great illustration, and it's on a lot of people's minds talking about STEM programs. So tell us a little bit about how the library is doing that.
Correct. We started doing STEM Festival last year together with the Youth Literacy Council. This year we are adding arts to the mix, so we're doing STEAM Fest 2.0. The STEAM Fest is going to be in front of County History Museum, and it is April 29th. It is a whole-day event in front of the museum, and also with the help of Port of Redwood City, we're planning to open museum doors for free.
Wonderful.
And we're going to do Maritime Day activities inside the museums. So families who cannot afford to come to museum otherwise can visit the museum and learn about STEM and engineering activities through the whole day.
And the art part of it, the STEAM part of it, it's how you mix the arts with the engineering and math and technical part of learning.
That is correct. And for a lot of Spanish-speaking families, art component is a very important component. So this is how we can reach out to them and bring them on board with different STEAM activities.
Right, and learning about something that might seem foreign or you know, a little bit scary to jump into when you start thinking about engineering and mathematical.
That is very true.
Issues. So what are some of the other events that the Redwood City Library Foundation has going on?
We have our traditional fundraising party. I don't even call it event. It is a party.
Yes.
It is a Wild Wild West event, and we're doing it in Devil's Canyon Brewery, and it is May 13th, Saturday. We are raising funds for all our programs. It's once-a-year event, and it is dress-up event.
Wonderful. And I know it's very important. You do need folks to donate to the Redwood City Library Foundation, and you do need volunteers, and you need your community to be active. So thank you for bringing that forward to us. And I would like to say thank you for your time. We're already at the end of our segment, but I want to see everyone at Devil's Canyon Brewery in St. Carlos.
Devil's Canyon Brewery in San Carlos, May 13, 6 to 9 p.m.
Wonderful. And we'll see all of you next time on Penn Voice.
Thank you.